I want to thank everyone that's been responding to me from the email series we've been putting out, which is the London Real Build the Best You. It's an 8-part series where I walk through, some of the challenges I've had over the last 4 years in setting this up and some of the lessons I learned about myself thanks to some of the many guests I've had on. And I have whole breakdowns of the episodes with Eric Thomas, with Jeff Thompson, Dan Pena, and they're all lessons you can learn. And so I hope you guys are enjoying that. I'm watching and reading all of your emails, and I'm getting a lot of responses, especially to that first email when a lot of you said the problems you were facing and some of the goals. And so I wanted to dedicate this thought of the week just to that, because it's a fascinating thing that comes up over and over again. And it's one thing that I noticed at the Dan Pena event. And a lot of you guys have seen the trailer for the Dan Pena live event at the Ritz. And it was a really crazy trailer, and it was hardcore. And Dan was out there yelling at all of us. And all that stuff did happen, trust me. But it's funny because people see the people in the room, and they're mostly gentlemen that are dressed up in suits and ties sitting at the Ritz. And so everyone said to me, Brian, we know those guys all have their lives together. They all understand their businesses, that they don't have problems. And it's funny because I read each one of those people's applications before they were allowed to come to the event. And quite honestly, they have a lot of problems, and just because a guy wears a suit and has a company worth 10 million pounds doesn't mean he doesn't have problems, and we all have problems. And by getting your responses on these emails, what I'm learning is that we all have to deal with these problems. And even when we think we have it made, or when you win the lottery, or you meet the love of your life, give that about a week and you're going to find out you have new problems. And most of them are in your head and deep inside you, and they probably have to do with self-worth, to not challenging yourself again, being fearful, not challenging your fears, because we all need new juice every week. We all need a win. Ice-T says that about Coco. He says everybody needs a win. It can't just be him getting wins. Coco has to have wins, and everyone in your life has to have wins, whether it's, my 11-year-old girl, she has to have her own wins. I can't come home to her and say, London Real's killing it, and she's gonna be like, well, that's not a win for me. And so we all need wins, and I just want everyone to know it's not like everyone else has it figured out. And I got a lot of email responses from you guys saying, I'm frustrated, I hate my family, I hate my job, I hate my life, I'm overweight, and just people that are very frustrated. And so I think the first thing that's most important for us to recognize is that it's not just you. I have problems every day. I have issues. I have problems, things I don't like about myself. I have shortcomings I believe in the show. I have feelings that I think there's more I should be doing for you guys. There's more I should be doing for the Academy members to push them harder in their goals, get them communicating more. And I think the show could be better. I wish our guests were better. I wish I was better. And so I think the first and most important part is recognizing that we all feel this way, so don't feel alienated. And then it's okay to share this, but then it's important that we set those specific goals, which was what I'm asking everyone in the Academy to do, and then take a next action step, which is something I got from David Allen. And it's great to have lofty goals and ambitions, but if you don't know what you're going to do next, then nothing ever happens. And so, I had someone the other day said they wanted to lose weight as a goal, and I was like, first of all, that's not a goal. Losing 10 kilograms by July 4th is a goal. So let's have something quantitative. And what are you going to do today about it? Okay, go get your trainers on and go run around for 15 minutes. It might be hard, but do it. And then put it in your calendar, write on your Facebook that you're going in 3 days, and let everyone know about it. So that's an action step. And so I just wanted to be thought of the week. We all have problems. I think the thing that are hard for people to realize is that rich people have problems, famous people have problems, and people say, they're white boy problems. Bankers up here, these guys got problems. I mean, let's be honest. When I was a banker earning a lot of money, I had many more problems than I have now. I was unhappy, I was negative, I was full of nasty people. And so, just something to think about is that we all have that next hump to get over. We can all get over there, but I really think we have to do it together. And that is the number 3 rule on the Academy is you got to be vulnerable. So you got to put your problems out there to someone. Let someone know. I'm not a big fan of complaining, and I abhor a victim mentality. Sometimes people write me messages and they're like, oh, Brian, when I was 4, I was beaten. My wife left me, blah, blah, blah. You know what I say? I don't care about your past. I don't want to hear about your past. It doesn't mean anything to me, and it's something that you're needlessly focusing on. Let's talk about your future. Let's talk about where we're going. Let's talk about the next action item. Let's talk about goals. That's why I'm so goal-oriented, because I think for a lot of you, once you accomplish a goal, you'll be like, oh, wow, I did it. And then you can do another one, and you can do another one, and it spirals. So if I feel like a parrot when I'm like, what are your goals? I think it's important that you map out some short ones, take the next action item, and let's start, motion creates emotion. Let's get that going. So that's my thought of the week. We're all in this together. Everyone has daily challenges, weekly challenges, life challenges, and everyone's going to be throwing some big ones too. I'm expecting some curveballs in my life where there's a big tragedy or something really horrible and I'm gonna have to deal with, and I'm just preparing myself with great energy and great vibes, so I'll be ready for that, and I'll be ready to overcome that when that happens. So you're not alone. Like I said, break down the issues, open up and be vulnerable. Let's get some goals. Let's stop looking in the past. Let's look to the future. And remember, you're not alone. We are all in this together. We all have our quote-unquote problems. So just accept that and know that. And let's look towards the future. It's looking bright from my end. If you're ever feeling kind of low, just put on one of those London Real episodes, one of the classics or any of them, and they'll make you feel inspired. So lots of love to you guys. Thank you for everybody on the Academy. The vibe over there is just intense and amazing. The activity feed now is just rattling out positive information, meditation pictures, people sorting out their finances, people starting things. I've got how to make contact webinar coming soon, which is about how I contacted Tim Ferriss and got him on the show. So please sign up for that. Come on in. It's a big party. So I'd love to see you over there. Please leave me comments. Please subscribe, and I'll see you inside the Academy. Peace.